Hi guys, Ru here. In this video we're gonna talk about the trigger. We're gonna tell all the stories about the trigger, the legends. No, I'm just joking. We're gonna model a trigger. So Shift A and the plane and bring it in here and scale it, okay? Whoops, let's scale it and bring it in here. We could actually borrow geo from this one, but nah, I'm just gonna model a new one. So let's actually put it in here. Do not get deceived by this curve. You know, this is just an illusion of sub D, so we're gonna fix it later. Let's actually extrude it, or actually, you know what, GX, let's just extend it to somewhere here, a bit more. And then extrude it downwards here. And then extrude it like this, and like this, a little bit diagonally. And then we're gonna go up. So up here, and go to local and simply connect these, actually connect this one to this one, because this top plane is actually flush. It's sort of, you know, perpendicular to z-axis, and that's what we want. Now what we could do is actually move this edge a little bit to the left. So GX and something like this, PG. So now what we're gonna do is add the solidify modifier so we can see what we're doing, and we're gonna add it on a negative scale. What? Not positive scale. Interesting. And turn on this even thickness, you see, so it's gonna even up the thickness of this trigger. Now let's see how we're looking. We're looking PG. Now we need the corner in here, right? So what we're gonna do is bring this one to local, grab this edge and this edge. Whoops, this one. Let's see. Yeah, these two. Let's just bevel them, you know, gently, right? In fact, you know what? Maybe that's enough. Like this. Yeah, I think that's enough. So now what we're gonna do is select all these edges. So hold Alt. Let's go to local. It's gonna be easier to see, okay? And let's turn off this path through. So hold Alt and select this edge, then hold Shift and Alt and select this edge, and the same with this and with this. Now right click and edge bevel weight, and then let's add bevel and change it to weight and add 3 segments, and let's play with the offset. Perfect. Now we're gonna go to solid mode and click on item, Control 2, and see what we're getting. Make it Control 3 to make it smooth. Now we need to secure these edges, right? Because otherwise, let's go to pass through again and select these two, these 4, and let's bevel it gently, okay? So by gently, I mean gently, like this, maybe? No. Okay, fine. Let's add bevel weight in here. So let's add bevel weight to these edges, right? Do something like this. Okay, fine. So what we're gonna do is simply run a knife cut here to introduce more supporting edges, like this and like this. Okay, PG. And there's a pulling in here too. It's gonna pull because of the sub D, right? I mean, you can't see it now, but if I actually apply the sub D, you will understand the reason why these edges are being pulled. It's simply just too much geo in these places. So now let's bring the origin to geometry, and let's actually mirror it across itself on y-axis here, and everything should be good. Now let's see this trigger. Now we need to, you know, kind of fit it in. So we will actually do it with this geo. So let's go to box select and select this one, right? And then GZ and move it a little bit lower until it touches the trigger, right? And we're gonna do the same thing here. So in fact, what we can do, we can actually introduce a loop here. This is gonna be a problem. Right, so we need to grab these 4. So all these, and we need to sort of move them down like this, you see? There we go. This should work. And you know what? We're gonna manipulate with the trigger. It's gonna be easier. So let's select this one and sort of move it in. And select this one and, you know, move it in. Move it a little bit lower. There you go. Just need to fit it in. So it's a snug fit. There you go. Perfect. This one here is fine. Because what we could do literally is just simply add another edge here. Where is it? A loop. Oh, we can't add the loop because there's an angle here. Fine. So let's actually run this loop back here that we deleted. Select this one and press J. There we go. And this one and press J. And then what we can do is get out of this confusing X-ray mode. And I think we should be able to run a loop tool now. There we go. And press EF to flip. And we could actually, make this edge appear a little bit sharper, you see. So GX and simply, or actually GG. It's gonna be better. So just pull it, just a tiny bit, yeah. Should be fine. Alright, so that's our trigger and, well, trigger guard, because we don't have a trigger yet. And also we need to move this one closer to the stock. So we're gonna select again the X-ray mode, and we're gonna select all these and go GX and simply move it this way a little bit. That should be peach now, yeah? Perfect. Perfect flush. Nice. Alright. What that will do is the trigger, yeah, it's way too narrow. So SY and simply extrude it like this, right? And we need to add auto smooth and shade smooth. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna shape it in. So let's grab the trigger and this guard, the handle, go to bottom view, select the trigger, and what we're gonna do is apply the mirror because it's confusing. And the mirror could be actually applied from the top. There you go. And now what we're gonna do, we're on the X-ray mode, perfect. Let's deselect these and go to B. And actually what we're gonna, what, I have a better idea. Let's grab this edge. So just this one, okay? Go to bottom view. And then let's press O, right? And SY. So we're gonna scale it on Y, but we're gonna make it smaller, right? So what is going on? SY. There we go. Something like this, you see? That's pretty cool. Now let's see how we're looking. How we're looking on the bending and all that. Now this one is bending inwards, which is not what I want. So you see that this is just not straight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these, and I'm going to actually grab these three as well. And I'm gonna run SY and turn off the proportional and SY and simply scale them inwards like this. Alright. So now, when you hold the finger in here, this edge will not bother you. It's actually still too wide in my opinion. I'll just, grab it actually and make it narrower. So let's grab all these and SY and literally scale it in like that. So it's following the handle. I think we still could actually make it a bit more narrow. So SY a little bit more narrow. There we go. Now how we're looking? We're looking good. We're looking good. I like it. So that's our trigger. And trigger guard, because we're still in the trigger, but that's just a small element. Now we got some pulling in here, and I wonder what's causing it. Probably the bevel. So let's make it a little bit smaller. It's the sub D that's causing it, you see. So let's move the, yeah, this is a bad idea. We got some pulling on the bevels in here. It's quite strong too, which is not ideal. Let me see. Let's switch off bevel in here and see how we're gonna look. So -1. There you go. And we're gonna do the same thing here. So right click and -1. Let's see how we're looking. Should be better. Yeah, see, that was caused by the, we're gonna do it manually. I'll tell you what, let me see this bevel off. Right. Maybe 3 segments is too many. Yeah, this is problematic. This one too is just a mess. Let's bring it to local. Let's see, we might actually run a bevel manually. Let's see, -1. So we're literally removing bevel from these areas, right? Which is, you know, which is okay. Now it's sort of collapsed. So let's see if we can bevel this manually. Allow that. What are we gonna get here? How about without a bevel? Let's introduce crease here. Right, so bevel edge, bevel weight these two. So the bevel goes around. But then I would need to remove crease from these. So edge crease and -1. And this should be better. Let me see this. It's a bit of a mess here. I tell you what, select everything and right click edge crease -1. This will remove crease from everywhere, and we need to just sort these out because it's a mess. So let's connect these, and this is caused by a lack of bevel, so there you go, sorted. And this one is a mess, so let's connect these two. No, wait, where are the edges going? I can't see. Ah, that's a double edge here, right? So we need to connect these two and remove this edge. And remove this edge, and this edge should be connected here, so like this. And in fact, let's move this one higher. Right, so like this, and we're gonna just simply copy it to the other side manually. So that should take care of this side, and this side looks good. This one needs to be connected because it's caving in, you see. The subdivision is pulling it in, so you need a support in here. And now I think we're good. All we need to do now is reintroduce mirror modifier on the y-axis, and we should be peachy. So let's bring it up again and apply. And how are we doing? How are we looking now? Should be looking good. We should be looking good. There's some kind of a pinching in here, but I think the reason for it is simply we don't have enough of loops in the middle. So what we could do is go to this view here, and let's actually split it into a few more lines. Will this gonna help? No, this helps nothing, which means we got a pulling in here. It's just not enough support, I would imagine. Okay, fine. So let's see. Ah, that's the problem. Right, these are not connected. There you go. See, just a subdivision is literally pulling everything inwards if you don't have supporting loops. So now everything is peachy. Now everything is peachy. So that's how you problem solve issues with sub D. It's a bit tricky because you can't see it, right? Because when I apply the subdivision actually, right? So let's apply a bevel. And do not do it, but I'll do it to show you. You see what I mean? That's what we're working with. You can't see this, but the mesh is so dense. So if you don't have these supporting edges, the mesh is going to get pulled. And that's the reason for it. It's a really high sub D, you see? Very high sub D. You can't see that. And that's why you think like, why is my mesh being pulled? But that's the reason. It's just extremely dense mesh, right? So there you go. I don't even think we need 3 in a viewport. Let's go with 2, and I think we're gonna be fine. We don't need that many. So yeah, that's just more than enough. We don't need 3 here. So decrease the amount of subdivisions from 3 to 2 in a viewport if you have a different number there. This is fine here. I don't mind that. That's pretty cool. All right. Looking good. All right, so that's our trigger guard. And next we're going to be working on the receiver, I think. It's time to start working on it. The reason why I worked on the trigger first is because I wanted to have some kind of because you see, if it's not here, right, it just looks weird, and I don't know how to model this visually. I need some point of reference, so Alt-H to unhide it. And you see now, let's put this one in a cutter. There you go. Now I can actually see the connection, so I can see how deep my receiver can go and what I'm supposed to be doing with it, you know. So I need this visual anchor in here in a form of a trigger. And if it's too thin, you know, you can always select the middle, the inner edges, right? And you can always do the same trick with it with this one, which means S and Shift Y. So it will scale on every single axis but Y. So you can still change the thickness of it. Anyway, I think the thickness is okay. We can play with this one later. I have some ideas for this trigger guard for later. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.